Sports fans, Cleveland Browns fans, this is your main man, Earl the Grant from Real Talk with the Sports Heads. This is Taking a Bite with the Cleveland Browns. This is an impromptu broadcast. We've been upgrading our equipment. That's why you haven't heard anything or seen anything from us. However, the Cleveland Browns made a blockbuster trade earlier on this evening, and I'll have to get to the bottom of this. So let's begin with what went down. Trent Richardson has been traded to the Indianapolis Colts for a 2014 first-round draft pick. What does this mean? Why was Trent Richardson expendable? There's a couple of reasons. First of all, neither Brandon Weeden or Trent Richardson were drafted by the current members of the Cleveland Browns front office. Therefore, the new leaders of the organization have no loyalty and they have nothing invested in these two players. And Trent Richardson was obviously seen as an asset that can be used to upgrade the ball club. I assume that by gaining this additional first-round draft pick, the Cleveland Browns will be looking to draft a quarterback. If you've watched Brandon Weeden in the first two contests of this NFL season, he's just been awful. He's shown no signs of a guy who can take his team to the playoffs and take his team to the next level. Let's look at Trent Richardson. What do we really lose? First, let's look at the landscape of the NFL. It's a passing league. You have to be able to move the ball through the air in order to win ball games. The only dominant force, in my opinion, at the running back position, the type of running back who could take over a game single-handedly, is Adrian Peterson. He's the only guy in that category in my eyes. He's coming off an MVP season, yet the Minnesota Vikings sit 0-2 in the standings right now. What does that tell you? That tells you that the running game is still important. However, if you cannot spread a defense out and get favorable matches within the front seven, when they put 8 in the box, if you can't get that 8-man out the box because the defense doesn't respect your passing game, then you're going to be in for a pretty bad season. The Browns are very much one-dimensional right now, and that one dimension is ugly. They have not been able to run the ball against the Miami Dolphins or the Baltimore Ravens. So the offense is not getting better with Trent Richardson. So what's the use of keeping this guy around when there was obviously a team out there who felt like he was worth a first-round draft pick? Trent Richardson is the type of player that he excels at many different things, but I don't find him to be great at any one part of his game. And he's not the type of player that strikes fear into opposing defenses. The Browns now have flexibility. They have options as far as what they want to do with the organization. With 2 first-round draft picks in 2014, you have to assume that the pick that the Browns will get from themselves, their own pick, is probably going to be a top 5 pick. Looks like it's going to be an ugly season, potentially the number 1 pick. The Indianapolis Colts, I don't see them making the playoffs. They're already 0-2 right now in a division with the Houston Texans, in a division where the Tennessee Titans have been competitive, losing to the Houston Texans in their second game and could very easily be 2-0 right now. They're not playing a last-place schedule this year, and, Andrew Luck doesn't have very many weapons on his teams, and defensive coordinators have had the offseason to get into the film room and find ways to slow Luck and his offense down, and the defense in Indianapolis simply just lacks playmakers on defense. Therefore, it's very easy to foresee the Colts pick possibly being a top 10 pick that we just obtained from them. So the Browns have flexibility, whether they want to package those picks this year to ensure that they can draft the quarterback that they feel can take the team to the next level. That would be awesome. Or they have the option to trade out of this year's draft and look into the 2015 draft. However you look at it, their hand is stacked. The Browns' hand is stacked to find the quarterback via the draft that they feel like is the guy to put the Browns back on the map where they belong. That's what we all want to see as Browns fans. Also, this is something else that you have to take into account. in this situation when we talk about the Trent Richardson deal. Okay, running backs are no longer being taken high in the draft anymore. We probably drafted Trent Richardson too high when we took Trent Richardson. So the fact that we got a first-round draft pick for a guy who is not playing like a top 10 pick right now, his production level certainly doesn't say that. This is a steal for the Cleveland Browns organization. I don't mean to beat this point over and over again. Norv Turner, our offensive coordinator, he knows quarterbacks and he knows passing. So he also knows that Weeden cannot get the job done. We don't have a quarterback on the roster that can get the job done. And when you look at the potential prospects, just to name a couple that come to my head, Johnny Football down there at Texas A&M. We also have Teddy Bridgewater at Louisville right now. There's options out there. The Browns are finally in a position to maybe do the right thing at the quarterback position. The Browns have tried to use minimal chips to get maximum reward at the quarterback position in previous drafts. When we look back and look at the Browns trading up to get Brady Quinn, who's a third-string quarterback right now, that was a fail. When we look at the Browns selecting Colt McCoy in the second round, he's now backing up in the San Francisco 49ers. That situation did not work out well whatsoever. The Brandon Weeden draft pick was a pick that we traded up for to get Brandon Weeden when nobody else was going to take him in the first round. Many experts did not have Brandon Weeden with the first round grade, but for some reason our organization said, you know what, let's see if we can get us a franchise quarterback for cheap. Doesn't work like that in the NFL. And those three guys that I just named are proof. The proof is in the pudding. It's evident. It doesn't work like that. Why don't we try something different in Cleveland? Why don't we stack our chips and go all in and put our chips up on a top 5 prospect and see what happens? If we fail that way, at least we tried the right way and we didn't try to take a shortcut to finding a franchise quarterback. I love this pick. The team's not going anywhere with Trent Richardson. That's obvious. So I will not miss him in this deal. Thank you for what you did while you were here. Thank you that you kept your stock high enough to where the Colts feel like you're worth a first-round draft pick. Browns fans, I need you to get on board with this. This is one of the best moves that the organization has made in quite some time. There's really nothing more that I can say. This is Earl the Grant. Shout out to my co-host, Stephen the Blade Matthews. Looks like next week we will be releasing new episodes of Real Talk with the Sports Heads. We've been upgrading our equipment to try to bring you guys a better product. Dog Pound Nation, this is a big day for me. There's been really nothing outside of the play of our defense. There's been nada, to get excited about on the field. This is something off the field that, hey, you know, whatever happens the rest of the season, let's just hope that our young players get better and develop into being sharper professionals and better pros. And I look forward to figuring out and seeing who do we feel like is going to be the quarterback to lead us back into the playoffs. When you look in our division, Andy Dalton, if he takes another step, he's going to be a very good quarterback. If Flacco gets any better, he's going to continue to be tough to deal with in the division. And I know that Big Ben is getting up there in age with the Pittsburgh Steelers. However, we don't have a guy on our roster that's capable of anything that Roethlisberger brings to the table. So I love this move. This is your main man, Earl the Grant. I'm signing off. A bite with the Cleveland Browns. Real Talk with the Sports Heads. Browns fans, keep your heads up high like me. No paper bags over here. That's going to be my team until the NFL no longer exists. Everybody have a nice day. We'll check you out next time.